Angela Owens with Phenomenal Business Solutions, and I help businesses streamline their finances, increase their profits, and grow their businesses. Today, I want to talk to everybody that does tax, that has to have their taxes prepared. You may have noticed on your taxes that you may have gotten a lower refund this year, and I want to share some information that might provide some clarity on why that might have been. So today we're going to be talking about the W-4 form. Anybody that has a job and had to do their onboarding, they had to complete a W-4. In the past, you would just choose how many allowances you want to have, like 0, 1, 2, 3, whatever. Most people, a lot of people was putting 0 so that they would have the most taxes taken out. And then at the end of the year, they get a refund. And some people who wanted a little more on their check, they would pick a number to lower the amount that's coming out the paycheck, and then they would get less money on their refund, or they would have to owe. So the new format focuses on your income and deductions. So it's trying to mimic more about how you actually file your taxes. So when you fill out the form, you're actually selecting your filing status and also entering information about the credits that you might qualify for. So the goal is to have a more accurate withholding, which makes you have fewer big refunds and not have a big surprise bill at the end of the year. So like I was saying, you will most likely get more money in your paycheck, and the IRS is basically just trying to break even with your withholding. So at the end of the year, best case scenario, it would be 0. Like you wouldn't get anything back and you wouldn't owe anything. So if you did not update your W-4 correctly, then that could also possibly make your refund smaller as well. But sometimes you could update it throughout the year when things change. So just make sure you stay on top of that. So this is how the W-4 works. You're going to enter your basic information and answer questions about your jobs, claim dependent income, and then submit. So I'm going to show you the actual form. So here's the actual W-4 form. And remember I was saying that you have to decide which filing status you have. So single, if you choose single, you're going to get the most taxes taken out of your paycheck. And if you choose single and you actually head a household and have children, then your refund will be bigger. Then married filing jointly has the least taken out of your check, and you want to consider your spouse's income as well. So again, you choose your filing status. Then step 2, if you have more than one job, you want to consider the income that you're receiving from both jobs. And if you're married filing jointly, then your spouse's income is going to matter on your taxes as well. So you can use the tax estimator to figure out how much money exactly you are supposed to take out of your check and your spouse is supposed to take out of their check, or how much each of your jobs should be taken out. And then you could also use the multiple job worksheet, which is on this page right here. Multiple jobs worksheet for step 2. Or, and if you have 2 jobs, you could check this box. But yeah, so there's options for how you can make sure that you are getting the correct information for having multiple jobs or a spouse who's working. Then we have the dependents credit. So you get about $2,000 maximum for each child under 17. And so that's why you would enter that number here. That way you can get that money throughout the year. And again, it's going to lower your refund, but you'll have it throughout the year. So you can decide if you want to get it now or if you want to get it later. And then step 4 is optional. So sometimes people have a side business and you don't get taxes taken out of that. So you may want to include that here on line A when you have other income and you want money taken out, or deductions. If you expect to claim deductions other than the standard, then you can enter that information here, and there's a worksheet on this page as well. See the deduction worksheet. And then if you simply just want them to hold more of your money, you could just put extra withholding and they will hold that money and you will get it back at the end of the year as long as it doesn't go into what you owe. So common mistakes that people make with doing the taxes, the W-4, is skipping step 2 when you have multiple jobs. That's probably one of the biggest mistakes, because when you have multiple jobs and you're putting the same thing on each job, then you probably gonna have too much taken out or not enough. And then you gotta also include your side income so that that can make a difference as well. Because if no taxes are being taken out of your side gig, then you're gonna be paying for it at the end of the year. And then if you're claiming too many dependents or not enough. So some people, even though you have children, your uh, other parent may end up claiming your child at the end of the year. So think about that throughout the year as well. Make sure that you know who's going to be claiming your child so that you can claim the right amount of dependents, because you don't want to have to pay that money back at the end of the year. Then the last step is leaving step 4 blank if you itemize or get extra income. So make sure that you're very thorough on that to make sure that you're going to get the best case scenario. So if you want, let's talk about getting the results that you want. If you want a bigger refund, then add extra withholdings, like I explained on step 4. If you want more money in your paycheck, lower or skip the extra withholdings. And then there is a withholding estimator on the website. You can go to irs.gov/individual/tax IRS holdings. Sorry about that. Tax withholding estimator. I should have pulled that up. Let me go to that. So here's what the website looks like, and there's a whole tool that you can use. And you can choose your filing status, and we'll just say no. Oh, we'll just say yes. Then select any that applies. We'll say you can claim it independent. You claim dependent and one job, and this will be a salary job, and it's going to be the same all year, every 2 weeks. Most recent pay stub, we'll say March 29th. And then okay, pay period in 22nd, payday on the 28th, into wages. For salary period, we'll say $2,000. Year to date, 3 months. I'm just gonna put 14,000. Okay. standard tax credit. Make sure I will be 45. Children, child tax credit, and put 14. And put 19. Ignore all the rest of this, but if you have all that, use that. And then they will give you the information. So you can just go through various scenarios with this tool and see which way you would end up getting. And they will tell you how to fill out, excuse me, and they'll tell you how to fill out the W-4. Excuse me. So again, this is a good tool to use so that you can see what your refund potentially could be. And this is very potential because the tax law could change and different things happen at the time of the taxes. But this is a pretty good tool to try to use. So you should update your W-4 when you start a new job, when you get married or divorced, when you have a baby or a child leaves the home, when you pick up a side hustle or lose income, or you want to adjust your refund or paycheck balance. So the W-4 puts you in control, put the control in your hands if you know how to use it. It's not about doing it wrong, it's just what do you want to achieve with that. And small changes now equals no tax time surprises later. So that's all that I have for you today. And I'm Angela Owens with Phenomenal Business Solutions. And you can schedule your tax preparation consultation with me. That's a free service. And you can go to pbsllc.pro/calendar page. And I can help you out with the W-4 if you have any questions, and we can work through that together. So I look forward to meeting you. Have a wonderful Tuesday.